Have you ever had one of those moments where you needed confidence the most, but it felt like your body betrayed you? Maybe it was standing up to speak in a meeting, walking into a social event where you didn't know anyone, or even just raising your hand to share an idea in class. Your heart races, your shoulders curl forward, your voice gets smaller, and suddenly you feel invisible. It's not that you don't know what to say, it's that your body seems to shrink and your brain follows. And afterward you think, why couldn't I just be confident in that moment? Why did I collapse when I needed strength? If that sounds familiar, you're not broken, you're human. But here's the part most people don't realize. Confidence doesn't start in the mind, it starts in the body. And with one tiny microshift in body language, you can flip your brain into a confident state in seconds. The reason this works is because your brain is constantly reading signals from your body. Neuroscientists call this embodied cognition, the way your posture, breath, and micro-movements send messages back to your nervous system about how safe and powerful you feel. Think about it. When you're anxious, your body contracts, shoulders forward, gaze down, chest closed. Your brain reads that contraction as, we're in danger. When you're confident, your body expands, shoulders open, chest lifted, gaze steady. Your brain reads that expansion as, we're safe, we're capable, we belong here. The magic is this. You don't have to wait for confidence to change your body. You can change your body first, and your brain will catch up within seconds. That's the microshift we're talking about. So what exactly is this shift? It's what I call the grounded open posture, and it has 3 parts: plant, expand, align. That's the framework. Plant your feet, expand your chest, align your gaze. Let's break it down. First, plant. Confidence begins with stability. When you're nervous, notice how your feet fidget, how you shift your weight, how you feel unsteady. The brain interprets this instability as insecurity. So the first step is to plant your feet firmly on the ground, hip-width apart. Imagine roots growing from your feet into the floor. This signals to your body, I am grounded. I belong here. Studies on balance and posture show that a stable stance reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, and immediately calms the nervous system. Just this tiny shift, from fidgeting to planted, tells your brain you are secure. Second, expand. This is where the power floods in. When we feel small, our instinct is to collapse inward, chest closed, arms crossed, body protecting itself. The expansion reverses that script. Roll your shoulders back slightly and let your chest open. You don't need to puff out like a superhero, just create a subtle sense of space across the chest. This simple expansion activates the vagus nerve, which connects to your parasympathetic nervous system, calming anxiety. But it does more than calm, it boosts. Research on power poses, while debated in terms of hormones, consistently shows one truth. Expansive posture increases self-perceived confidence and changes how others perceive you. Expansion equals authority both internally and externally. Third, align. Once your feet are planted and your chest expanded, the final microshift is your gaze. When you're nervous, your eyes dart, you look down, you avoid contact. Aligning means choosing a steady focal point at eye level, as if you're anchoring your attention on the horizon. This stabilizes your mind because your visual system is deeply linked to your emotional state. A steady gaze reduces the perception of chaos inside. It tells your brain, we're centered, we're in control. Combine this with a small, calm breath, and suddenly your whole system reorganizes around confidence. Plant, expand, align. 3 tiny shifts that together form the grounded open posture. And here's the beauty. It doesn't take minutes. It doesn't take practice. You can do it right now, in seconds, and feel the difference. Let's try it together. Wherever you are, place your feet firmly on the ground. Feel the contact. Now gently roll your shoulders back and let your chest open. Finally, lift your gaze to something at eye level and let it rest there. Notice how you feel. Even if your thoughts were scattered a moment ago, there's already a subtle shift. That's your nervous system responding. That's your brain getting the message. Confidence is available right now. Now let's go deeper into why this matters. Most people think confidence is about thinking differently, repeating affirmations, hyping themselves up, or waiting until they feel ready. But the problem with those strategies is that thoughts are slippery. In moments of stress, the inner critic shouts louder than affirmations, but the body doesn't lie. When you change your body, your brain doesn't argue, it adapts. That's why the microshift works even when your mind is full of doubt. It bypasses the chatter and goes straight to the source. The physical tells the mental, we are safe, we are strong, we are here. And the mental follows. Think about how this changes your life. Imagine walking into a job interview and instead of collapsing into the chair, you plant, expand, align. You don't have to fake a smile or repeat "I'm confident" 100 times. Your body already sends the message both to your brain and to the people across the table. Or picture standing to give a presentation. The nerves are there, but as you step forward, you ground your feet, you open your chest, you align your gaze. The words flow easier, the audience responds better, and you finish with energy instead of regret. This isn't abstract, it's practical, tangible, immediate. And here's the best part. This micro-shift doesn't just change how you feel, it changes how others respond to you. Humans are wired to read body language unconsciously. When you plant, expand, and align, people perceive you as more trustworthy, more competent, and more charismatic, even if you don't say a word. They don't know why, but they feel it. Your body broadcasts confidence and others tune in. That external feedback then loops back into your internal state, reinforcing the confidence you initiated. It's a self-reinforcing cycle. Of course, you might wonder, what if I forget to do it in the moment? What if I freeze before remembering the shift? That's normal. Confidence isn't the absence of nerves, it's the ability to respond to them. And that's where practice comes in. The more you rehearse the micro-shift in small, low-pressure moments, the more automatic it becomes in high-pressure ones. You don't wait until the speech or the date or the interview to practice. You practice while brushing your teeth, while waiting for the elevator, while sitting in traffic. Each time you plant, expand, and align, you're wiring the posture of confidence into your nervous system. Then when the big moment comes, it's not a performance, it's muscle memory. Your body remembers before your mind panics. That's the real power of this shift. Here's another layer to understand. Confidence is not about never feeling nervous. It's about having a reliable switch you can flip when nerves appear. Think about elite performers, actors, athletes, leaders. They all feel nervous before stepping into the spotlight. The difference is, they know how to regulate their state. They don't wait for confidence to magically appear, they create it with rituals. The grounded open posture is one of those rituals. And the reason it's so effective is because it bypasses overthinking. You don't need to argue with yourself, you don't need to hype yourself up, you don't need to fake it. You only need to shift your body, and the body shifts the mind. This is why I call it a micro-shift. Small enough to do anywhere, powerful enough to change your state instantly. Now let's zoom in on the neuroscience behind it, because once you understand why it works, you'll believe in it even more. When you expand your chest and align your gaze, you activate circuits in the prefrontal cortex responsible for executive control. This suppresses the amygdala, the fear center of your brain, which is what makes you feel small and anxious. At the same time, the act of steady posture increases dopamine release, giving you a sense of readiness and motivation. And the longer exhale that naturally comes with an open chest stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, calming stress responses. In other words, this one physical shift sets off a cascade of neurochemical events that turn anxiety into presence and fear into focus. That's not magic, it's biology. But what makes this even more powerful is its psychological symbolism. Plant, expand, align. These are not just physical cues, they're metaphors for how to show up in life. Plant. Root yourself in the moment. Don't drift away in fear. Expand. Open yourself to possibility. Don't shrink from it. Align. Fix your gaze on where you want to go, not on what you fear. When you embody these principles physically, your mind starts to mirror them. Over time, the micro-shift doesn't just make you feel confident in moments, it builds a deeper identity of confidence. You start to see yourself as the kind of person who is grounded, open, and aligned. That identity is what stays with you long after the moment has passed. So here's what I want you to do. Choose one small situation today to practice this. It doesn't need to be a big presentation or a life-changing event. It could be something as simple as walking into a cafe, greeting a colleague, or asking a question in a group. The moment you feel yourself shrinking, plant your feet, expand your chest, align your gaze, feel the shift. Notice how the energy in the room responds differently. That one rep is proof that you can access confidence on demand. And once you've felt it, you'll trust it. You'll know, I don't need to wait for confidence. I can generate it. And don't underestimate how quickly this compounds. The more you use it, the less those old patterns of shrinking control you. Imagine a week from now you've practiced it a handful of times. You already feel more solid in small moments. Imagine a month from now, it's automatic. You walk into rooms with presence without even thinking. Imagine a year from now, you're living as the grounded, open, aligned version of yourself that once felt out of reach. That's how real change happens. Not through giant leaps, but through micro shifts that ripple outward. Let's bring it back to you right now. You know the moments when you need confidence most, when your voice shakes, when you want to speak but freeze, when you feel invisible in the very moment you want to shine. Those moments don't have to define you. You are not powerless in them. You have a tool now. 3 simple words: plant, expand, align. A posture that flips your nervous system from fear into confidence in seconds. A micro shift that rewires your brain and broadcasts strength before you even say a word. And the best part is, you can use it anytime, anywhere without anyone even noticing. It's your secret lever of power. So the next time your heart races and you feel yourself shrinking, remember, confidence is not something you wait for, it's something you create. Take a breath, plant your feet, expand your chest, align your gaze. Feel the ground beneath you, the space within you, the horizon before you. That is confidence in action. That is your power, available whenever you choose it. Try it today in the smallest moment you can. Let yourself experience how quickly it works. Because once you realize you can flip the switch, you'll never go back to waiting for confidence again. You'll carry it with you, ready to step forward, ready to be seen, ready to own your place in the world.